This meditation will support you on your ascension path with embodying something that is called the tones of creation and the language of light. It is the support given from Mother Earth and the Great Central Sun at this time to support us with transitioning from destructive languages within our etheric field and in our subconscious mind and into tones of creation which are resonant with the magnetism of the Great Central Sun. So for this meditation, you want to make sure that you are in a place where you are undisturbed and create a sacred space for yourself. And at this time, take a deep breath in and release. Let us begin by clearing the home and property in which you reside in, or the one you are visiting at this time, and ground the foundation of the place you are situated in to the Aurora of the Earth, also known as the Great Central Sun. And what you will do is create 7 sets of grid work between the foundation and the top of the Aurora. If you live in a high rise, you would create 1 set of grid work under each floor underneath yourself. So for example, if there are 18 floors, you would create 18 sets of grid work plus an additional 7 to the Aurora to augment the grounding of your resonance and your residence, home, or hotel room. And essentially, you just want to make sure that wherever you're situated in, you are bathing this area and all layers of the area that you're situated in with the rays of the Great Central Sun. So once that is done, and you can also envision beautiful pale tones of pastel colors as you do this. And you take a deep breath in and release. Let us intend that the energy runs down to the center of the earth through each layer of grid work, like a large waterfall that begins above your head. So if there are many floors above you, you may also wish to create grid work upon each floor above, directing the energy down through your apartment to the center of the earth from above. So bathing all floors of the area that you're situated in with the magnetic rays of the Great Central Sun, envisioning beautiful tones of pastel, all colors of the rainbow. Take a deep breath in and release. Now, if there are upward moving vortexes from the drug use of neighbors, let us close this down now. Most of such vortexes are simply spirals of energy that flow upward. So if you are intuiting this, you want to reverse the spiral, spinning it downward until it dissipates into the Great Central Sun. And intend to close all upward moving spirals or vortexes that interfere with the grounding of your home, office, or hotel room in the neighborhood that surrounds you at this time. Take a deep breath in and release. Imagine a big gold and silver ball of energy above your place. Press the gold and silver ball down into the premises, running it through each room, and then pressing it down the grounding cord all the way to the Aurora. Underneath the gold and silver ball, will be all that no longer resonates or is dissonant unto yourself within this current level of initiation that you're at. So any dense energy, any energy that is no longer resonant with your frequency, you can push it down through the Aurora now. And take a deep breath in and release. Next, let's ask the earth for angels to anchor in the four corners of our home. So request of the angels to dispensate ongoing showers of language of light tones blended with gold and silver to retain a peaceful environment that can become your sanctuary. Invite the Nature Kingdom friends to co-anchor the space along with the mineral and herbal kingdoms. And this is a reminder to ourselves that we are not healing alone, but we are healing with the earth at this time. Take a deep breath in and release. Now ground yourself firmly to the Aurora by creating a waterfall of language of light energy movement that pushes down through your home, through your etheric body and the chakra system, along with subtle bodies and to the center of the earth. Allow all that does not belong unto yourself or has attached to yourself to fall off to the Aurora for transmutation purposes. Take a deep breath in and release. Next, let us begin by moving the Kundalini energy up the spine and out of the top of the head, slowly and much like hot lava. Let us also open the chakras in our feet, allowing the Kundalini to move up the side channels, infusing chi into every meridian of the etheric body. And at this time, we call upon Mother Earth's angels to support the movement of energy through the Kundalini. Take a deep breath in and release. Next, imagine the energy of the Kundalini moving up through your calves, up your thighs, and into your pelvic region, energizing all meridians and all grid work in the lower half of the form. And let us now move the Kundalini up into the rib cage, chest, down the shoulders, and out of the arms and hands, along with up through the neck and into the head, energizing all meridians therein. Let us charge the grid work and meridians with chi in the upper half of our bodies. Take a deep breath in and release. Now let us begin to focus upon running the red ray through the etheric body and Kundalini. The red ray represents life force and change. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to make peace with the red ray. Red is not really anger, it's life force, but it has been interpreted by the emotional body as rage if the red ray is not one's own energy signature. So at this time, intend to drain off all anger and red ray that is not of your own down your grounding cord, returning it to center. And intend to move only red that is of your own vibration and essence. In so doing, there will be enough life force and chi to sustain one's continued ascent and boundaries. Take a deep breath in and release. Intend to release all patterns thought form, entities, and machines that prevent our full ability to move and embrace the red ray. Release all thought form, patterns, entities, and machines that cause us to either take on the red ray of another or displace our own anger upon another. The red ray is associated with the forgiveness and unity tones in the language of light. If you cannot master the red ray, it will be hard for you to learn to forgive or master unity as an ascending being. Let us, therefore, make peace with the red ray. Take a deep breath in and release. Next, let's focus upon running the orange ray throughout the etheric body and Kundalini. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to make peace with your own power. Power is required in order to fuel your ascent moving forward. It is in a state of power that one takes action and causes life changes. Ascension brings about major life changes, and if you have no power, you will be unable to fulfill upon the change, thus ceasing to evolve and ascend. Breathe in and release. Let us return power that belongs to another to its source of origin, and gather up all power given unto others in one's life dance, including any power you may have given to your family, friends, boss, employer, bank, the church, or other spiritual leaders, the grocery store, the medical system, along with the region or country that you reside in. Let us intend to gather up power that our ancestors gave away in times past to all others and intend to release all karma associated. Let us retrieve our power so we may have enough power to ascend. Take a deep breath in and release. Let us intend to release all patterns, thought form, entities, and machines that prevent our full ability to move and embrace the orange ray. The orange ray is associated with the authentic power and the peach tone in the language of light. If one cannot master the orange ray, then it'll be difficult to master authentic power and stand in your truth as an ascending being. So let us make peace with our power. Take a deep breath in and release. Next, let's focus upon running the yellow ray throughout the etheric body and Kundalini. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If you feel uncomfortable, intend to make peace with laughter and joy, along with freedom in your life dance. The yellow ray is associated with the breath of life and freedom tones in the language of light. Breath of life allows us to breathe deeply and move more fully into present time. Let us take a deep breath with the intent to come fully into present time now. Taking a deep breath in and releasing. All cords of attachment of the past fall off as we enter the moment, and all energy begins to move again. Let us intend to learn to stay more in present time each day. Take a deep breath in and release. Freedom allows the past to be released and the attachment to be pulled and rewoven into the etheric body where it can better sustain the life of the form. If uncomfortable, Where is one unable to free oneself from the past? Make peace with the past through forgiveness. Forgive those who have wounded you in the greater understanding that your ancestry wounded theirs, and this is simply an old rerun of an old pattern. Release and be free, beloved. Let us intend to return all patterns, thought form, entities, and machines that prevent our full ability to move and embrace the yellow ray. In so doing, we become free to ascend. Take a deep breath in and release. Next, let's focus upon running the green ray throughout the etheric body and Kundalini. Green is associated with harmony and peace. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to make peace with yourself, choosing to leave the agitation and fear behind. Often, the agitation that you feel is not your own, but the fear pressed upon yourself by others. Let us drain off the fear of others down our grounding cord now. The green ray is associated with the compassion tone of the language of light. It will be difficult to master compassion in action without first embracing the green ray. Take a deep breath in and release. Let us intend to release all patterns, thought forms, entities, and machines that prevent our full ability to move and embrace the green ray. Green underlies the ability to synthesize the field into a rainbow of tones. Synthesis is another form of harmony and peace that is more advanced than the green ray and is associated with the balance of all tones within the field. One will be hard-pressed to learn to synthesize and balance in this manner if we have not embraced the green ray in full. Breathe and release. Let us now focus upon running the blue ray throughout the etheric body and Kundalini. Blue is associated with body health. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to make peace with your embodiment as your temple and creation to experience the third dimension within. Many initiates have associated spirituality with the requirement to separate spirit from form. Ascension requires the embracing of your form and the grounding of spirit into the embodiment so it can be resurrected and reconstituted to the crystalline structure. Let us intend to release all patterns, thought forms, entities, and machines that prevent our full ability to move and embrace the blue ray and ground fully into Mother Earth. Breathe and release. Let us now focus upon running the indigo ray throughout the etheric body and Kundalini. Indigo is associated with intuition and perception. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to make peace with and to embrace your intuition, perception, and higher mind. Breathe and release. Let us intend to release all patterns, thought forms, entities, and machines that prevent our full ability to move and embrace the indigo ray. Indigo resonates with the third eye and therefore grants greater perception. It promotes deep concentration during times of introspection and meditation, helping you achieve deeper levels of consciousness. Therefore, let us intend to make peace with our intuition and introspection, as this is also a prerequisite to ascend. Breathe and release. Let us now focus upon running the pale violet rays of structure and divine union. Notice that we are not focusing upon the primary ray of violet, but rather the octave above it, as violet tends to elicit dogma and religious programming in the field. Pale violet, on the other hand, is a form of erasure that allows pain, programming, and machinery to be transmuted. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable with the pale violet ray. If uncomfortable, intend to embrace your ability to transcend and transmute, giving a new definition to spirituality other than religion or religious preferences and dogma. Breathe and release. The lavender structure tone brings forth a new structure that is spherical in ascension to replace the electrical sacred geometry associated with the Merkaba. The Merkaba patterning is left behind the further that you ascend and is replaced with the triple sphere and flower of life patterning. It is the spherical patterning that creates harmless relations in which one's field rotates around another, embracing another rather than piercing another with cords of attachment. Take a deep breath in and release. The pale lavender divine union tone allows for a new form of communion to develop in which one is interconnected to earth, soul, along with one's form in an ongoing dance of energy and communication. This new form of communion replaces the conventional spiritual practice as it opens you up to communication from all kingdoms that then become one's spiritual guidance. You recognize in this new spirituality that each kingdom is God, Goddess in form. Each has something to contribute, and that one is a part of the whole in the dance of life. Breathe in and release. Intend to release all programming, patterning, thought form, machines, or entities that block the full embracing of the pale lavender tones of structure and divine union within the language of light. In so doing, you will move into a new spiritual foundation that is based upon ongoing communion with God, Goddess, all that is. Breathe in and release. Let us now focus upon running the pink rays of forgiveness and unity throughout the etheric body and Kundalini. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to embrace your ability to forgive and live in unity with all other species upon earth. Forgiveness allows for the ties of the past to be released so that you may complete your karmic debts. As karma is released and completed upon, new possibilities open as to one might manifest next in your life expression. Take a deep breath in and release. Unity allows for a new type of relationship to surface in which one no longer controls, manipulates, judges, or competes. In a state of unity, one allows. One allows all others their dance in the dance of life, and one's own dance in whatever journey it may take one upon. Let us intend to embody unity and forgiveness. Let us intend to release all thought form, patterns, entities, and machines that block the full embracing of the pink ray. It is only as enough learn to forgive and live in unity that the birth of ascending community becomes possible. Breathe in and release. Let us now focus upon running the turquoise tone of compassion in the language of light throughout the etheric body and Kundalini. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to embrace yourself unconditionally and give birth to compassion within. Compassion is first born internal to self as one acknowledges one's own humanness. You have been all things human in life experiences in your ancestry. You have played all roles, from the devil to the preacher, from the rapist to the raped, from the soldier to the wounded upon the battlefield, from the lover to the rejected, from the diseased to the deformed, to those who nursed and looked after such humans. It is in acknowledging one's own humanness that we learn to have compassion for all others in all other circumstances. Take a deep breath in and release. Intend to release all thought forms, patterns, entities, and machines that block the full embracing of the turquoise ray of compassion. Compassion is a prerequisite to mastering the upper initiations of the Bodhisattva. Compassion is the foundation of the non-attached state of being in which one learns to allow all others their truth. We also recognize that there are many roles to play, and that each role is as important as the next unfolding drama that leads to evolution of the whole of humanity. In a state of compassion, we no longer judge the role another or ourselves play, but embrace unconditionally all aspects as a necessary part of the dance. Take a deep breath in and release. Focus upon running the peach tone of authentic power through the etheric body and Kundalini. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to embrace yourself as God, Goddess in form. The human vessel was designed to house God, Goddess, and to be an expression that soul could dance with and evolve through upon the physical plane. In accepting your own God, Goddessness, you can then accept the God, Goddess within all life forms, along with all other humans. Breathe in and release. Authentic power is embodied as one recognizes their own God, Goddessness. In recognizing that you are God, Goddess, you choose to stand in your truth rather than allowing others to manipulate you into doing what you don't really wish to do, or what is not of your true experience. As God, Goddess in form, you also choose to allow all others their experience and choose likewise not to manipulate another into doing your own bidding. Let us intend to release all machines, entities, programming, and thought form that does not allow us to embrace the peach tone of power in the full of our ascension. In so doing, we become God, Goddess in form as an ascending human. Breathe and release. Let us focus now upon the silver ray of non-conditional love within the language of light, allowing it to run through the etheric body and Kundalini. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to learn to love yourself unconditionally. As you learn to love from within, you will quite naturally extend love unconditionally to others. Learning to love requires the opening of the heart chakra, which in time buds into the 1,000-petaled lotus of the Bodhisattva. Breathe in and release. Opening the heart can be painful, but the further the heart opens, the more chi one can generate to allow for one's further ascent. Much like the sexual energy flow of the Kundalini, which generates the chi necessary to spin your light body and larger chakra system, the heart is also a conductor of chi that amplifies the presence of God-Goddess in one's vessel. It is through the heart that soul, oversoul, and your I Am presence communicate and bless all others. Let us intend to release all machines, entities, programming, and thought form that does not allow for us to embrace the silver ray in full. Let us also intend to open the heart to the degree required in each phase of ascension. Breathe and release. Let us now focus upon the gold ray of non-conditional governance within the language of light, allowing it to run through the etheric body and Kundalini. Pay attention to whether or not you feel uncomfortable. If uncomfortable, intend to embrace yourself in the leadership role that you are destined for. Those that ascend are the leaders of tomorrow that are here to demonstrate a new form of governance founded upon unity. Each who ascends as a leader, whether or not they are ever acknowledged as such, embrace yourself, beloved, in the leader you are becoming as an ascending master. Breathe and release. What does this leadership entail? Only what you may wish to contribute to your fellow humans. Perhaps you will open the door or provide the key to another's awakening. Perhaps you will shed light upon an issue another is having trouble with. Perhaps you will step out as teacher of ascension. The path and dream is up to you to lead. Let us intend to release all machines, entities, programming, and thought form that does not allow you to embrace the golden ray in full. In so doing, you will allow yourself to guide and lead others towards their own awakening. Breathe in and release. Now that we have moved all tones of creation throughout our field, let us synthesize our entire chakra system, Kundalini, subtle bodies, and light body into a rainbow of tones, from densest to lightest and without beginning and end. Let us syncopate the chakras in rotation and size, balancing the entire field from top to bottom. The angels from Mother Earth shall assist. Now let us sit quietly and attune to our soul, oversoul, and source, along with Mother Earth and nature kingdoms. What does your soul have to say to you today? What does earth and nature have to report? Allow the communion as in a state of synthesis and balance. One sits in peace, and in a state of peace, earth and nature, along with soul, can more readily merge with one's biological consciousness. And that concludes today's meditation, which was brought to us by the Aligning with Earth website. Definitely head on over there for more ascension materials. And if you're seeking more personalized ascension meditations or subliminals or affirmations, check out the body of work on Patreon, and I'll leave the link below. Sending you so much love, joy, peace, prosperity, and abundance until we meet again.